Bruce, Danny Webster, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Obviously challenging being down a guy going into the second period, but you look at the last couple of games, has there been a common thread as to the team playing in the second period or starting in the second period?
I don't understand the question.
No, you're down a man, obviously, with Carlson not playing,
Right.
but other than that, is there a common theme the last two second periods in terms of the team playing in the second period?
I don't know the answer to that. I think the Tampa, we had a really good first period. They responded well. We got on the wrong side of second periods. To me, not only if you're not playing well, your line change stuff, it's really hard to get any momentum because you've got the long change, so they're coming down your throat the whole period. I don't think we're terrible in the second period. I'll have to look at it again. Obviously, we gave up goals, so you look at the results weren't good. The first goal was a board battle. So I'll say this. What happened was our board play on both goals wasn't good enough. They came out of it with a puck. Second one, I don't know if Whitey deflected it. So, I mean, they got a break. I think the goalie's playing a high shot and it gets deflected low. So it's not much of a chance, to be honest with you. The other one was a nice play by them. We turned back with a puck. So where we were deficient is breaking out pucks and then being strong on the wall. If we didn't execute a breakout, then at least get the tie and get numbers there. So to me, those are two plays that are very similar. That breaking pucks out in the first period, I thought if we didn't use our feet, we got ourselves in trouble. And then our board play, if we're not going to be able to wheel and, find an option, then usually going up the wall. So that wasn't good enough early on. The third was much better. So that's fixable, I believe, because we responded much better in the third with breakouts and moving our feet and at times in the game. So that's a mindset our defensemen have to start. We got to pick up, the damn pace back there and get moving with the puck and using our feet at times, So that was a bit of the message tonight, and I thought it got through at times. Your rush game is going to be directly, reliant on, can you get out of your end quickly and with some speed? Now you back teams off, and if you're not, you got to be good on the walls to bump it underneath your speed. So that wasn't happening. So I guess I'm not sure if I'm answering your question. That might have been part in the first period too. So I don't know if it's first or second. The second against Tampa, like I said, they responded. They were just flat out better than us, and we did that to them in the first period. So that would be what happened there.
Paul De Los Santos, NHL.com. Any status on William Karlsson? And also, when it comes to the shot mentality that came in that third period with urgency, is that something you can kind of carry over maybe to start a second period with more shots, just a shot mentality overall?
Yeah, we're trying to build that in. I think we've outshot teams most nights, so I wouldn't say we never do it. I mean, that's some of that might just be we have the puck more, but our guys like to make plays. They can make plays, and other times you got to put it to the net and go recover it. So I think in the third period, that's what happened. We won our races. We run a lot of races to lose pucks. There were 50-50 pucks or second effort forecheck pucks that they did to us in the second to score a couple goals. So we put them on your heels. They got some young D. Now they're defending a lot more than they probably want to and had the first 40 minutes. And I think that's how you can beat Anaheim. When you have young people in the league that are still sorting out reads and learn to be strong on pucks, that's how you're going to end up beating them. If you let them skate up and down the ice, well, they got skill. Then they're playing to their strengths. So certainly love the third period. I mean, we pushed hard. We needed a power play goal. Hadn't got one in a while. Gave us some life. And really thought should have won the game, to be honest with you. I'm not walking out of here tonight, going to beat our guys up. Yeah, were there pockets of the game we weren't good enough? Of course. But all in all, I thought certainly a game that, I would say we should have had the 2 points. So let's build on the positives, fix a few things, and get ready for another really good team coming in here Monday.
Jesse Grange with The Athletic. They've obviously been playing good hockey, so you knew that coming in. But after seeing them on the ice with your guys, does your perspective on Anaheim change at all in terms of the step they've taken?
The games I watched, they were better than they were tonight. I bet they'd tell you that. I thought they played fine, and then in the third, we were able to, they have the lead on the road that maybe they took their foot off the gas and maybe we had some urgency. That's part of it. But I thought we did a decent job of neutralizing their rush game, but they still coming in waves. They still made plays with their guys. So listen, they're off to a great start. They got good young talent. Karlsson has looked great. They had him on something or other, I think, a rest sort of thing his first year. Was it 2 years ago or last year? So it obviously paid dividends. He was strong, and they're seeing the results this year. There's some other guys there too. So some veteran guys. Trouba scores the overtime goal. I said it this morning. Like him and Kreider have helped that team, I'm sure, more than just on the ice. I bet they're great locker room people for them. So, yeah, you know, they look like the real deal. But again, it's a 6-month season, and that'll be something I guess we can answer that question later as it goes along. But right now, they're first place team, and they've earned it. Carlson, you asked me, right? Is a lower body. I won't tell you if he's day to day or not. I'm gonna guess he's day to day from what I was told, but I don't know yet. That'll be something he'll be evaluated tomorrow. We're probably gonna stay off the ice, so we won't know until Monday morning. I'll let you know if he's in or out.
Ken Bulkey's in Midnight Vegas. You moved Korczak to play with Hannafin. He ends up getting the goal. Like, I guess, what made that move the case, and then how did you feel it went?
I thought it went great. He scored. Something me and John were discussing and have discussed still, you know, a week ago, is that, you know, when Hanny was coming back, is it Whitey? We liked Losey and Corsi. Corsi's done a great job. He's come in, had an opportunity to go right into the lineup, be a regular, and know that there's opportunity there. And, you know, as long as he shows up and works hard every day, if he has an off night, have a good practice the next day, get back in there, build on it. So, real good foot speed with Hanny, so it could be a great pair that way in terms of their pace. Will we look at it Monday? Yeah, maybe. You know, that slides Whitey with Lozon. You got two heavy guys in that pair. So to me, it's certainly something we would do or try and see how it goes. And it shouldn't affect us a lot. They're, you know, Whitey and Corsi are both good players, and if they play to their abilities, you know, it won't matter who the partner is. We should be fine. Handy's still playing a little bit of catch up. He's got his legs, and, you know, that's not a surprise. But when you don't play for that long, and you haven't played a lot in training camp, I don't know how many games he played, maybe 2 or 3. So, you know, the rust is in the little small area plays, the stuff with people around you, and he's just gonna have to play through that. And I thought he's been pretty good for us, and only get better.
Well, considering where you guys were after the second period, can you take any comfort in the fact that you were able to eke out a point in that?
Yeah, I mean, I think our third period was encouraging. It's more of how we know how to play and how we want to play. First two, it was just a lot of hesitation. You know, the third, you see none of that. We were on our toes and we were forward, and it obviously showed.
Was there anything that they were doing that was making it challenging on you guys, or was it kind of a lack of execution, or both?
I mean, yeah, they're a good team. They're playing well, but I think a lot of it's on us too. I mean, we weren't up to our standard the first two periods. You know, yeah, maybe we had some spurts where we had some nice plays, but generally, it wasn't our kind of hockey. And the third, like I said, it was just more of us.
Is there something specific in the second period, the last couple of games?
I don't know. I don't know if there's something specific. Obviously, we need to be a lot better. For majority of the game, I mean, I feel like we just need to have more consistency in our game and bring that energy that we had in the third.
Could you tell there was something wrong with Will during the first period when you guys were on the ice together, or even on the bench?
No, I didn't really know I didn't know anything was going on. He was playing up to his standard. He thought he had a great first period. So
You talked about finding your game in that third period. Was it the urgency of being down that helped you find it? And how do you carry that over, what you were able to do in the third and even in overtime up till the goal?
yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, it was encouraging. It's a taste of you know, the style of hockey that we want to play. Not sitting back, being up, being forward, pressing in on them, making them being the one that you know, it's hard to make plays. So yeah, like I said, it's more of what we want, and now we got to take a step and you know, play 60 minutes.
That's a young team in the division that looks like they're taking some steps forward. Does your perspective and like how you view that team change at all after seeing them playing against them on the ice?
Yeah, well, I mean, we knew that coming into the game. They're at the top of our division. We knew that they've had a good start. You know, their young guys are they got a lot of young guys, like you said, but they're playing well. So yeah, we knew that coming in, and they showed it tonight. They played a good game.
Kaedan, in what ways were you guys really able to turn the tide and dictate play better in the third than what you did in the second?
Yeah, we weren't too happy with our first 2 periods there, so kind of gave it our all and kind of showed there. I think dictated pace of play and kind of all over him and just got unlucky there in the end.
I know coaches talked a lot about trying to get more secondary scoring and defense scoring as a part of that. It looked like you kind of took that personally, right? Are you trying to have more of a shot mentality yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think whenever I can help or the D can help, I think that just takes stress off of the forward. So yeah, it's nice to chip in once in a while.
What was the biggest challenge of defending them now that you've kind of got a chance to see them for the first time on the ice?
Yeah, they're fast. They come hard on the forecheck. D are down. So it just takes little deception, going back for pucks, and just stuff like that. So
How Lazan and Hannafin are pretty different players to play with. How does it change kind of how you get to play when you play with each other?
yeah, it's a little different for sure. You know, Hanny's more so up in the ice. You know, I can just kind of read off him and give him the puck whenever he's calling for it. So.
How important is it taking that next step now, using what you were able to do in the third and even what you were able to accomplish in overtime up until the goal into the next game and starting that way and continuing it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it showed. I think if we play that way, we're pretty hard to handle. I mean, I'm not sure what the shots were, but I felt like we were all over him, didn't give him much time and space. So I think if we can do that for full 60, we'll be pretty tough to handle.